Del Mar College now offers a degree in Mexican American Studies. Students in the program will gain an understanding of the historical, political, and contemporary experiences of Mexican Americans in the United States, specifically in the South Texas region. Graduates will recognize the main elements of the Mexican American aesthetics as displayed in literature, language, music, visual arts, and cultural practices. This is one of the many programs offered at Del Mar now. I am Amy Mintz, Associate Professor of Child Development, Early Childhood at Del Mar College. Assistant Professor of Psychology, Dr. Teresa Klein is with us. She'll tell us about a special guest lecture coming to Del Mar College. Dr. James Klein is also here. He will explain about a lecture he's presenting as part of Hispanic Heritage Month. And students in the radio and television program will present a Del Mar Now update. We've got a great show planned for you. Don't go away. This is Del Mar Now. Our first guest is an assistant professor of psychology at Del Mar College. She joined the college in the fall of 2008. She earned a bachelor's degree from the University of Iowa and both a master's degree and a PhD from Oklahoma State University. Please welcome Dr. Teresa Klein. Hi, well, thank you for being with us.
Well, thank you, Amy, for having me.
Okay, so we have the special guest that's coming to Del Mar College.
Yes, we do.
At Richardson Performance Hall. Can you please share details about this event?
Sure. Well, this is part of the 2015 Coastal Bend Social Forum. And our headliner, our special guest, is Ms. Dolores Huerta, who's the co-founder of the United Farm Workers, United States Presidential Medal of Freedom winner, Eleanor Roosevelt winner from President Clinton, just amazing activist, and she's going to be speaking with us on October 23rd at Richardson Performance Hall from 6 till 7. And then we're going to have her again on the next morning on the 24th, speaking from 9 until 10. She's going to be on a panel with some other labor leaders. And
exciting.
It is going to be incredible.
Okay,
really
well, how's Del Mar College able to get Dolores Huerta to come?
Well, we asked. For one,
asking you shall receive.
That's the easy answer. But the answer to how we got her to come is we've been having this conference every 2 years since 2007, and our group from the community and from Del Mar and from the universities around got together, and we started brainstorming who we would want to represent this year's social forum, and her name came up first thing, and that was, we all said, yes, that's who we need. We approached Dr. Escamilla, who is so amazing. He said, yes, we want to have her come. And he's given us a great deal of support. All the universities around, A&M Corpus Christi, A&M Kingsville, as well as Del Mar, our social science department, Mexican American Studies, Title V, the Dache group. We've had so much support for this.
Okay, so you've got a lot of people backing this event, supporting this event.
We absolutely do.
And is this event, I presume, is free? So.
It is free to the public. The purpose of this is to start to talk about things that changes that we've seen in our world,
okay,
and ways that you can affect change. And along with Ms. Huerta, we're going to be having a whole host of other speakers. In fact, on the 24th, she's going to be on a panel with Becky Moeller, who is the immediate past president of the AFL-CIO of Texas, as well as some of the steelworkers from the Sherwin plant who've been on lockout for about a year. And they're going to talk about the history of the labor movement as well as future directions. We're on the 50th anniversary of the Delano boycott, the grape boycott.
Oh, wow.
And so we're really getting her to come in and speak at a time that is so appropriate.
Okay, as someone who is in the Coastal Bend community and students, why would they want to attend this event? What are your hopes for them to get out of this event?
Well, not only with Ms. Huerta coming, but of course with her, this is going to be one of their chances to see a civil rights icon, okay, to see someone who has made history, someone who was standing next to Bobby Kennedy right before he was assassinated. This is someone who has been on the board of so many organizations, who's won so many awards, been honored by so many groups, the National Labor Hall of Fame, other groups, and she's been part of it all. On the board of Ms. Magazine, she's gotten top 100 women by, I think it was Good Housekeeping, I may be wrong on that one, but one of the other women's magazines.
Very notable person.
A very notable person. And then she's going to be kicking off the events for the rest of the social forum. Later on the 24th, we're going to also have people from Black Lives Matter coming to speak. We're going to have people talking about legalization of marijuana. We're going to have all kinds of topics that we're seeing a lot of change in our world right now, and these are speakers who can represent some of the change that we're seeing. But one of the other speakers is just an up-and-coming leader as well, and that's Dr. Olivia Lopez. She's one of our social work professors here at Del Mar, and she actually had been working at the Carnes City detention facility, where we had a lot of the immigrant families were being housed. And what she was seeing at that facility and what they were asking her to do as a social worker violated her ethics code as a social worker. So she quit, and she's testified before Congress, and we're seeing some real changes, hopefully, because of her work. And we'll have her. We're going to have Eddie Canales, who is with the South Texas Human Rights Project, and he's been working with the immigrants, to help identify people who have come through the desert who haven't made it and get some closure for their families. And also he's been setting up water stations to help people to survive. And so even though we know that there's been some issues with people coming into our country for a better life and maybe undocumented, there's no reason for them to die for that. And so we've got a lot of different topics.
Sounds like an amazing weekend.
Yeah.
Is this something that only people in the surrounding area can attend, or?
No, this is open to the public, anyone who wants to come. I've got people from Austin who said they're coming down. We have a busload of, I think they said 87 students coming up from the valley. We've got another high school from Eagle Pass that's bringing a busload of kids over.
So not just students, but adults.
But it's going to be everyone.
Leaders.
Yeah, we're going to have community leaders. There'll be elected officials there. There'll be everyone will be there.
Sounds like a winner.
It will be. It will be.
If people do have questions about the October 23rd, 24th event, what number should they call, or is there a website they should visit?
Well, right now the best way to get information is to contact me directly, and I've got my office number is 361-698-1629. Or you can email me at tklein, that's TKLEIN, @delmar.edu.
Okay. Any pre-registration needed to it? They can just walk on in?
Just show up.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Well, anything else you'd like to share about this event?
We just want the community to know that change happens because people step up. And the folks who we're going to see at the social forum are people who are changing their world.
Sounds exciting. Thank you for chatting with us today.
Okay, thanks.
We're taking a short break, but students in the radio and television program are up next with the Del Mar Now update. After that, we'll meet Associate Professor of History, Dr. Jim Klein. Stay with us.
Come out and experience the 55th Annual Texas Jazz Festival, October 16th through the 18th at Heritage Park. Admission to this event is absolutely free. Experience performances by established and emerging jazz artists from Texas and around the country. This year's showcased artist is Grammy Award-winning saxophonist Kirk Whalen. The 55th Annual Texas Jazz Festival, October 16th through the 18th at Heritage Park. For more information, visit www.texasjazz-fest.org or call 688-1296.
Plan your next event at Del Mar College's Richardson Performance Hall. Our facility accommodates conferences, concerts, religious events, and private parties. We have 3 lounges, balcony elevators, and a convenient drive-up drop-off. For productions, Richardson Performance Hall has more than 1,700 seats and is outfitted with staging, rigging, lighting, and sound capabilities, plus many patron and performer amenities. Book your next event at Richardson Performance Hall. We create dreams one event at a time. For more information, call 361-698-2228.
Your dream of higher pay is within reach, with some HVAC technicians earning up to $28 an hour. Employers are hiring, and a certification from Del Mar College is exactly what they're looking for. Go from I dream to I am. Get started today at delmar.edu. Del Mar College, dreams delivered.
Welcome to this edition of Del Mar Now Update. I'm Brandon Perez.
And I'm Sarah Fecht.
A six-figure check has been given to Del Mar College to help support a new West Campus facility. Shinari Energy gave the college a check for $250,000 for the process and instrumentation technology pilot plant. The $2 million plant will be a state-of-the-art working model of a distillation unit used at local refineries and petrochemical plants. The plant is the result of public-private partnerships including Del Mar College, the City of Corpus Christi, the Type A Board, and companies. Interim Provost and Vice President of Instruction and Student Affairs, Lenora Keys, says the new pilot plant to open later this fall will serve as a learning lab. Keys says the partnership is an essential factor to building the workforce that will keep the region competitive.
The prestigious Dr. Aileen Creighton Award for Teaching Excellence has been awarded to a Del Mar accounting professor. Professor of Business Administration, Aldelfino Palacios, is the 14th recipient of the award. The award represents the late educator's legacy as a master teacher. Dr. Creighton taught at Del Mar for 41 years. Palacios graduated from Ray High School and then earned his associate's degree from Del Mar, his bachelor's degree from UT Austin, and his master's from Texas A&M University Corpus Christi. He also is a certified public accountant. Palacios has been active in a variety of organizations and has received several awards. He was named Del Mar College's 1999 Teacher of the Year. He established the Volunteers in Tax Assistance at Del Mar in 2001. The group has accounting students provide free income tax service for low-income residents.
6 individuals will be honored for their support of Del Mar College. The Del Mar College Vikings Alumni Association will recognize the individuals at the Blue and Silver Spectacular Dinner and Awards Ceremony on October 27th. The honorees represent alumni, faculty, staff, and friends. Dr. Leonard Rivera, the director of Del Mar's off-campus programs, will be honored as the Distinguished Staff Recipient. Chris Black, Associate Professor of Emergency Medical Services, is the Distinguished Faculty Honoree. Todd Walter, a Foundation Board Trustee and former Board of Regent, is the Distinguished Friend. Michelle Hinojosa, the Executive Assistant with LNV Incorporated, is the Young Alumni Recipient. Michelle Unda, the Human Resources Public Affairs Representative for New Star Energy, is the Distinguished Alumni Awardee, and Dr. Nicholas Adame, a Board of Regent member, is honored as the Outstanding Alumni. The honorees were nominated by their peers and selected by the Alumni Association Awards Committee.
A Del Mar College professor of music has received a coveted award. Professor of Stage, Band, and Guitar, David Irving, received Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia Robert J. Rogers Lifetime Achievement Award. The award was given Irving at the National Music Fraternity's 55th National Convention held in New Orleans. Irving has taught at Del Mar College since 1972, first as a part-time faculty member and then full-time 4 years later. He has been a longtime advisor for Del Mar's Kappa Chi chapter of the National Fraternity for Men in Music. The Robert J. Rogers Lifetime Achievement Award was created in 1970. The award honors fraternity members who have dedicated their lives to Sinfonia. Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia is the world's oldest and largest secret national fraternal society in music. Del Mar College's male music fraternity has been honored for its achievements. The DMC chapter of Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia has received the Charles E. Lutton Province Merit Award. The musical fraternity was the first chapter chartered by a community college and is currently the only active community college chapter. The fraternity had 7 award citations: chapter operations, musical achievement, fraternal tradition, membership development, alumni relations, province interaction, and special projects. According to advisor David Irving, the musical chapter with the most citations in each province in a 3-year period wins the award.
Poets sharing their work has resumed with the state of a new academic year at Del Mar College. 2008 Texas poet laureate Larry Thomas was on campus September 24th and read from his new book. Thomas read from his recently published book, As If Light Actually Mattered. The reading was sponsored by Del Mar English and Philosophy Department and the college's libraries. Thomas has published several award-winning collections of poetry. He has won awards including 2 Texas Review Poetry Prizes, 2 Western Heritage Awards, and the Violet Crown Book Award. Thomas is a West Texas native. The poetry readings are free and open to the public. That's this edition of Del Mar Now Update. I'm Brandon Pettis.
And I'm Sarah Fecht. Stay tuned for more Del Mar Now.
Catch the Viking spirit. Nationally recognized and locally focused, Del Mar College has been delivering dreams for over 75 years. If Del Mar College has touched your life, join the Vikings Alumni Association and help others achieve their dreams. Stay connected. Support scholarships. Explore the Viking Career Network. Join online today at delmar.edu/alumni for as little as $10 and get a free t-shirt. Show your Viking pride.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
I used to dream. I was turning my passion into a paycheck. Today, I am.
Go from I dream to I am. Del Mar College. Dreams delivered.
For more information about Del Mar Now, log on to www.delmar.edu/now. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions to help us improve Del Mar Now, send an email to now@delmar.edu.
Our next guest is an associate professor of history at Del Mar College. He joined the faculty in 2006. He earned a bachelor's and master's degree from University of Iowa and his PhD from Oklahoma State University. Please welcome to Del Mar Now, Dr. James Klein. Well, hi, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Amy. Thanks so much.
Okay, Hispanic Heritage Month is continuing through October 15th, and we understand you're providing a lecture in the celebration of Hispanic heritage. Can you tell us about your lecture, the topic?
Sure,
when
sure.
And where?
It's on October 15th. It's going to be in the White Library on the East Campus. I think it's in room 514 at 1 o'clock on October 15th. The talk is going to be on immigration into South Texas and specifically into Nueces County from Mexico between about 1900 and 1930.
Okay.
And a lot of that's prompted by the Mexican Revolution, but also by the First World War and the kind of need for labor here. It helps to establish kind of patterns that carry on throughout much of the rest of the 20th century.
Okay, so kind of a period piece to our topic, but obviously relevant to what started a lot of our culture today in this area.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think, I'm going to borrow from one of my colleagues, Brian Stone, said this best, that this type of studies, really, it's a study of who we are, how we got to where we're at today. There is a Hispanic population in Nueces County and in South Texas even before 1900, but I think it grows dramatically after that. And that has to do with kind of the natural push and pull of immigration, that there are forces that are pushing them out of northern Mexico, especially the revolution, the violence of the revolution, and they're crossing the border to avoid that. And then there's a pull that's bringing them into South Texas and into the United States more generally, and that is the promise of jobs and better paying jobs. And sometimes that promise is met and sometimes it's not.
Well, even though this is a lecture on past events, why do you think someone would want to attend it today and discuss this?
Yeah, a good friend of mine said, this is the story of my grandparents. And I think that's true for a lot of people here. This is how the Hispanic population really starts to become quite prominent, in particular really on the west side of the county, in the Robstown area, in Bishop and Driscoll. That's really the big cotton growing parts of the county over there in the first part of the 20th century.
Okay, so you're a history buff by nature.
Mm-hmm.
What made you decide to become an educator and teach history? You hear people grumbling, oh, history boring. My father is actually a history major as well, so I hear a lot of interesting facts all the time. But what motivated you to go into this field?
Yeah, I really like the idea of trying to find out why things are the way they are. One of the things I really like about history is that it's a bottomless pit. You can never know everything. And so you're constantly learning something else. And so it's not fixed. There's always something more to learn to better understand what's happening at a very kind of microcosmic level, or stepping back and look at a broad view as well to understand all the different forces that are influencing individuals to act in one way or another.
I'm sure you've heard the expression history repeats itself. So do you find that to be very true or not?
Yeah, it does. There are a few examples of that, I think, especially in kind of broad strokes. But what I tell my students every semester is that history rarely repeats itself exactly, because for that to happen, you have to have kind of the same conditions. That history is kind of like a chemistry experiment, or kind of like a recipe. If you want to get the same outcome, you have to have the same ingredients, the same proportion, the same order, the same catalyst to get the same outcome. And if even just one of those things changes, you might get a very different outcome then.
Very true. Okay. So what advice would you give students about education, or even those want to major in history, and besides watching the History Channel?
Yeah, if there's going to be a silver bullet to kill poverty, it's education. It's through education. That's the way out.
I would agree.
And so for an individual or for the larger population, I think it's going to help in that sense. And this is something that we've done a very good job in the last 30 or 40 years, I think, in talking about the benefits of education to the individual, financial benefits. You can get a better paying job. What we haven't done as good a job about doing, I think, is talking about the benefits of education to the community. We all benefit from educating the individual, and that's going to help us all, I think, in the long run.
Okay. Technology obviously changes with time. We've obviously become more advanced, and how has that assisted in making history more interesting?
Sure. I think the biggest thing, and this is, I guess, a very crude application of technology, but just the ability to use visual images and to manipulate visual images in the classroom, something that would have been much more cumbersome, if not impossible, 30 or 40 years ago. You can do, and because people learn in different ways, and some people learn by reading, some people learn by listening, and some people learn much more in a visual manner instead. And if I'm talking about a particular conquistador or a politician or maybe an immigrant family coming in, to be able to put a face to that family, to that individual, I think the students have a better chance of retaining that then as well.
I went to an art exhibit in Washington, D.C. one time, and it was on World War II propaganda.
Right.
And it was literally an art exhibit, but it was rooted in history. And the art exhibit could not have happened had technology not been there to help put the art exhibit together, to point out this is this and this is, and let's show you this in action, because you didn't see it, you were living it. It was almost unconscious, but when, as an outsider looking in through technology, you saw it from a different lens.
That's
it made it real.
Yeah, it made it kind of come alive in a way that maybe just the printed word simply can't do.
Right. So I do agree with you on that. Anything inspire you? Any person? Any particular things that have helped you with your teaching career?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, my advisor in graduate school, I think, is still somebody that I look up to as kind of a model, a standard that I kind of set myself, measure myself against. There was a faculty member that I studied under as an undergrad and a graduate student at Iowa, Malcolm Rohrbaugh, really got me interested in the West and in the last part of the 19th century, early part of the 20th century, and I think I'm still kind of interested in that yet now today because of that, because of him.
It's actually having that person who's passionate about these, it really does help you. I mean, because as everyone says, history's boring, but if you have that passion of someone telling it to you, then you also get inspired and passionate about the subject.
Yeah, I mean, history ultimately is a story, and Professor Rohrbaugh, I could point to others as well, really told it that way, and that's what I try to do in the class as well. And I think that I'm able to hold the students' interests. Obviously that's going to vary some, and I understand that. I understand that, the vast majority of my students are not going to be history majors, and so I teach my class that way, thinking to myself, this is going to be the only one class, maybe the only two classes that they ever take in the field of history. And so what do I want them to know?
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, where can our viewers get more information, either about your presentation for Hispanic Heritage or the History Department?
My phone number on campus here is 698-2391. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me. Elizabeth Flores is managing the Mexican American Studies program, is managing a lot of the Hispanic Heritage Month presentations as well, so you might be able to contact her as well. I think her address is eflores at Del Mar, I think, as I recall.
Okay. Well, thanks for chatting with us today.
Sure. Thank you.
If you have questions or comments about Del Mar Now, send an email to now@delmar.edu. We'll return in November with an all-new show. We hope you'll join us. Until then, I'm Amy Mintz for Del Mar Now. Thanks for watching.